I predict an earthquake up in here.
This is Brian Shaw, 2011 World's Strongest Man, and you're watching Voice of Strongman TV.
Okay, Voice of Strongman TV with Dana at Bulks Gym in Gravesend. I'm pleased to welcome the world's strongest man, 2011, Brian Shaw. Hello, Brian.
Al, how you doing?
Really good, mate. Really good. Brian's been over for the last few days. What are you over here for, Brian?
I'm actually I'm coming from Norway, so I was over there for a few days, and then just coming over for the Body Power Expo. So got that starting tomorrow.
And do you know what you got to do there?
We're doing. I've got a few different things to do. Actually, I'll be pretty busy, but we're doing. One of the main things is like a master class, kind of with strongman. So I'm going to be doing it with Terry and Mark Felix. So should be good. Give some of the younger guys and that just a idea of training and competing and questions and that kind of stuff. So that'll be good.
Super. A lot of question and answer session. Bit of a not so much a demonstration because obviously you're recovering from your bicep injury at the minute.
Yeah. With with the injury, I won't be able to do a lot of demonstrating. But I mean, just fielding questions and explaining training or how to do certain events or that sort of thing. So I think just there's a lot of insight there. I mean that you can get done without having to actually demonstrate how to do something. It's just kind of being able to tell somebody how to do it rather than show them. So
well, I've been watching Brian and Terry train over the last few days and everything else, and sort of the way they speak to each other and the advice they give each other is superb, and it's brilliant that obviously Terry's a competitor, but you look at him as someone to help along the way as well. As much as he gives you advice, you give him advice, and it's brilliant to see. And does that sum the sport up for you, Brian?
Yeah, well, a guy like Terry, we've become friends over, probably the last 5 years or so. I met him right kind of when I was getting started. Terry was actually in the sport before me, so it's one of those things where I mean we both have learned a lot like over over our whole career of training and lifting and that sort of thing, and it's fun actually to get together and be able to bounce ideas off each other and see how, like, for me this has been interesting to see how Terry trains and kind of his where he trains, because you don't really like the whole background, the whole setup, what gym you train at, the equipment you have access to, and some of the stuff is different here than where I'm from, and some of the equipment that I have is different than what Terry has, so it's interesting for me to see like what he's working with and kind of the training philosophy, so to speak, that he follows, what days of the week he trains, what body parts he tries to focus on, and what events, like how the event training fits in with the gym training. And I think everybody's kind of got their own twist, and like I said, I mean we've kind of learned our bodies, so there's something that might work really, really well for me, doesn't really translate for Terry or wouldn't really work for some of the other guys, so that's what's kind of unique about training for strongman, is you have to learn how your body adapts to the sport. And it's not like I couldn't give one guy a cookie cutter mold of like, this is exactly what you have to do for training, because everybody's going to have their own strengths and weaknesses and things to overcome, so it makes it it makes it a challenge, but also that's part of what makes it fun, I think. I mean, it just being able to overcome that and get better.
Superb. And I suppose you can mix and match in your training as well, something that Terry does, and you can take something from that, and you're sort of learning from each other all the time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I talk to him all the time at contests, or we obviously keep in contact outside of that. So it's something, if I was having an issue or of course there's other things like obviously overcoming an injury. Terry's been through bicep surgery, so I've been asking him a lot of advice through this whole process, because he's already gone through it, and I haven't. Some of this is new to me, so like things that I'm feeling with my arm or like getting back into training, like he obviously did it really quickly and was able to make it back to World's Strongest Man in almost no time. And so like I want to take what I can from him and learn what I can from him in order to be better myself, so it's something where he's gonna have a lot more knowledge in that than me, and then I've just got to try to take what I can. And it's the same thing as it applies to training too, but if something's, you get in pain somewhere, or I mean there's so much different stuff that like I might be feeling that he's not feeling, or vice versa, and the same thing goes with all the other guys, so I'm always one thing I've always tried to do is listen, you know, and first, because the thing is yeah, I know a lot, and I've learned a lot over the years and whatnot in my background in the sport, you know, and coming from a training background too, like where, you know, it's what I studied as well. So it's you know, but it's interesting because you're always learning, you know, you can always learn something all the time. So like, if you're always open to learning and you don't get closed-minded to, oh, I know everything, you know, I don't want to have that attitude ever, because the minute that I stop learning, then
always willing to learn.
That's it, man. I mean, you got to always. The minute I stop wanting to learn or say that I know everything is the minute I'm going to stop getting better.
Didn't Terry say you're not a proper strongman until you've had a bicep tear?
Yeah, yeah. I've actually heard that from a few different guys now. You know, so it's a pretty common thing that people have gone through. And the good news with this is like it's a solid, easy surgery. Really, I mean, it sucks. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, you know, but at the same time, it's something that you can recover from fully and come back to training and come back to competition and not have to really worry about, you know. So I'm happy about it. I mean, if you're gonna pick an injury to get, maybe this is the right one to get, because it's you know, actually going to be stronger when it's done than you know, my one that hasn't been repaired. But like I said, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I suppose now I am a proper strongman. So
welcome to the world of strongman.
Yeah, I suppose, man, yeah.
And let's talk just very quickly. 2012 World's Strongest Man. I mean, obviously, I put one of the videos up the other day, and of you, bit of rehab, bit of light work, and everything else, and you know, you look like you're going in the right direction, and it's on now, you know, the training and everything. Will you be ready for the 2012 World's Strongest Man?
I mean, honestly, that's my biggest goal. You know, I mean, it's you never want to have to suffer an injury, and it's been really, really hard for me to have to back off with training, and I've, you know, you just feel like you're going backwards all the time, you know, when you can't go in the gym, but it's the smart thing to do, you know. So, you know, with you know, every single day that goes by, every week that goes by, I feel like it's just getting closer and closer to World's Strongest Man, and I feel like, you know, at times, like I get pretty frustrated because I want to be training, and I know guys, like I come over here and see Terry, and he's obviously getting ready for, you know, UK's and Europe's Strongest Man, and all those guys they're training their asses off, and I'm not in that same boat, but I can't be, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of it's a new spot for me, you know. This is a new it's a new challenge I haven't had to go through, you know, with an injury and coming back from an injury and whatnot. But, you know, I've actually, you know, I'm trying to turn it into a positive rather than a negative. So I mean, I know, I certainly know that it's going to be hard to get ready for World's Strongest Man, and to I'm going to be coming in and with it's just a different challenge that I have to overcome.
And you're defending the title. We've got to remember this as well. Yeah. So that adds a pressure to it as well.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I'm gonna, you know, there's no excuses. I mean, I tore it at the Arnold. I competed through the whole Arnold with it torn, and you know, I got beat. You know, I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't at my best, but I got beat. So it's something where that doesn't sit well with me either, you know. So I'm not going in there to lose, you know. I mean, this is no excuse. I'm not gonna use it as a crutch, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, oh, I'm not gonna be ready and whatever. I'll tell you what, if I show up to that contest, I'm gonna be ready to go, and you know, I'll be the absolute best that I possibly can be there. And you know, anything, I mean, let's be honest, anything less than me defending that title and winning this year isn't good enough, you know. And that's just the bottom line for me. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I'm going to look at any contest, you know. So I'm not going to accept anything but winning, and you know, that's where it's at. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna bust my ass, and I'm gonna be ready to go, and I'll do everything I possibly can to be ready. And you know, I look forward to it, man. I mean, it's a different challenge, but that's it's just something I can overcome, you know.
Superb. Brian, on behalf of every UK Strongman fan, congratulations on the 2011 World's Strongest Man, and good luck for 2012 from us all. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. I want to say thanks to all the support, because I get a lot of people from the UK giving me, you know, positive messages and all that too. So yeah, I really appreciate it, and you know, and you know, I know all the guys appreciate what you do too, man. You know, I mean, you're putting a lot of good videos out, and I know even over in the States, you know, you're getting a lot of people watching it, and we even talk about it in our training group, you know, when you put out a new video. So yeah. Anyway, man, I mean,
that always humbles me when you say things like.
Well, keep up the good work, and we'll keep watching, man. Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I predict an earthquake. I've been here.